Welcome to the construction site. When you have a contract with SVBJ and your company is set up outside Denmark, your company must be registered here. Your employment. As an employee, you must have a valid employment contract, either with your company in a country other than Denmark or with a Danish company. Whether or not you have your employment, you are covered by the Danish labor system and therefore have some rights concerning wages, supplements to wages, and other conditions, which will be described in the following slides. Want to know more? Below you can see links to the various trade union sites. These can explain in detail what your rights are. Agreement. As stated in the video, the salary amount on your pay slips must be the same as on your personal bank account, no matter where or in which country you receive the salary. Below, some key figures from the collective agreement between 3F and Dansk Byggeri. Companies who are members of other employer organizations have other terms and rates. For example, electricians, plumbers, or mechanics are covered by the collective agreements under www.teknik.dk. There is a minimum requirement for the hourly wage. It changes every year. As of March 1st, 2019, the minimum hourly wage is Danish crowns 126.15 per hour for normal working hours between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. only for the first 7.4 hours a day. Agreement. In addition to your salary, there are some mandatory supplements that your employer must pay to you or into a company account for you. These mandatory salary supplements listed below, examples from the construction union agreement, will be paid into different funds. SH payment 9.9% to be used for additional holidays or public holidays. Holiday allowance 12.5% to be used when you have your holidays. Pension 12.15%, where 8.15% is paid by the company and 4% is paid by the employee. Local agreement with the unions. Based on the Lavelle collective agreement with the 3F trade union, all wage supplements are part of your salary, so the minimum wage is much higher. Overtime. You are entitled to overtime if you work more than 7.4 hours a day, or if you work on Saturdays and Sundays. Your company can have an agreement with the union for extended working hours. This means you work more hours some periods and then have days off at another fixed and agreed time. The agreement must be signed by your union representative or yourself and the company. If no agreement is in place, you must receive overtime payment. The first 3 hours after the 7.4-hour day and the first 3 hours on a Saturday, you must receive 50% of the minimum salary as additional overtime pay. Local agreement with the unions. If you are working more than 1 hour overtime, you are entitled to start the overtime with a 30-minute paid break. More than 3 hours overtime and on Saturdays after 3 hours and Sundays, you must receive 100% of the minimum salary as additional payment. For shift and random hours, please contact the union or find the rate in the collective agreement that covers your working area. Sickness. After 3 months of employment in the company, you are entitled to receive sick days payment. Breaks. You are entitled to a whole hour self-paid lunch break during a 7.4-hour working day. CSR. Managers. 1. Are you responsible for information concerning the workers' wages? 2. Are you responsible for registering workers in RUT? 3. Are you responsible for buying lunch for the workers? 4. Can the workers sign their own timesheets? 5. Are there minimum salary requirements in Denmark? 6. Is it required to have a work environment group? CSR. Workers. 1. Are you allowed to work more than 37 hours a week? 2. Are there special requirements regarding your salary? 3. Is there a minimum wage in Denmark? 4. Do you have to be a member of a union? 5. Can you work without an employment contract? 6. Can you have a medical appointment during working hours? 7. Do you receive salary when you are sick? 8. Do you pay for your own work clothes? 9. Should the money that goes in on my bank account always be the same as the amount on my payslip? Please follow the green footsteps to get to the construction site.